Hi guys, I'm here with Kai Absheer, professional football free agent, 2019 draft class out of FIU. Welcome, Kai.
How you doing?
So I thought it would be awesome to bring you on to talk a little bit about your football journey and give some advice to the athletes out there that want to go pro. Let's just start off with your career so far. Can you kind of explain your journey from graduating from FIU to where you're at now?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. So originally, I was draft class 2019. So I was coming out from FIU, and first thing you do is you do your pro day, and then I pulled my hamstring, so I didn't do well. So nobody in the NFL wanted to sign me. I had done the spring league back then, and I had done a CFL tryout. And the CFL tryout, they liked me, but they didn't sign me. So a few months go by where I have nothing. Like it's April, and then now it's September, October, and I have no job. I'm sitting on the couch, getting fat. So then my mom goes, Kai, just send your tape one more time. Just send it one more time. I was like, I don't see what good it's gonna do. Whatever, whatever. Fine, I'll send it. So my buddy, his name is Carl Lawson. He was a really good defensive end for the Bengals. He was doing one on ones with me. I did really well against him, and we would do like 40 one on ones every day. It was crazy. But I did well. I sent it to the CFL. They signed me. Told me there to be there in a week. I'm there in a week. But the CFL season ends in November. So that I was only there for 3 weeks. I think I made $1,800 Canadian. So it was like 1,200 US in 3 weeks. Yeah, it wasn't, it's not good money, but it's playing. You're playing. So that's all that really matters. So the next year is the COVID year. So the CFL canceled their season. The year after that, I went back to the CFL, but during training camp, I ruptured my tricep. So I went home, got surgery. About 9 months later, the inaugural USFL season happened. And they told me that they were going to draft me. No one ends up drafting me. I then get a phone call, says, hey, do you want to come play? I went, yeah, sure. And absolutely. So I get there and I come in as the third string guy. No one's really expecting me to do anything. I then end up starting all 11 games for my team at left tackle, which I hadn't played since high school. And then the next year, I bounce around in the XFL and the USFL. And this year, I'm here, free agent, looking for a job.
Wow. So there's a lot of ups and downs there, a lot of, excitement and then disappointment, rejection, some injuries going on. How have you been able to deal with that? Why have you continued to play throughout all these years?
My family, my mom and dad. My mom and dad were great supports for me. They helped me when like I said, I was making no money. I was dead broke. So they let me live for free, eat for free, everything. And then I was just able to just mooch off them and freeload. And I would help them around the house and do whatever I could while just doing all that kind of stuff. I had a little bit of money saved up. So I kind of would use that sparingly. And that's really everything I owe to is them, and then them helping me not go further into my depression like usual. So they would help me drag me out of it, and they would push me to continue to fight for my dream because I knew I wanted to do it, but I would get stuck. I get stuck and I don't know what to do or where to go. So they give me nudges in the directions they think I should go, whether I disagree or agree. And I end up doing it, and it usually ends up working out. So
That's awesome. I think that's definitely something for all elite athletes. You have to have a community, right? Like no one does this by themselves, even though, you're the one out there on the field, you're the one at the workouts. There's always people behind you after the workouts or, cheering you on from the stand. So that's really cool to hear. With that same idea, I can imagine you talked a little bit about some of your friends who are in the NFL or who maybe have gone off to do different things. What have you noticed to be like the main difference between kind of their experience and your experience, and what would you kind of say to that?
theirs is uh, it's a lot more stressful for them. Mine is a different kind of stress. So for them, minimum salary for the NFL is 700K, right? And practice squad, you're making about 150. So it's like, and I'm making barely 50 if you're playing. So it's like, the money's different. So, when you get cut, it's 700K to zero. So the stakes are a lot higher. The point is getting in. Once you get your body in that doorway, they got to really kick you out for you to leave. And I've met a few guys that have been kicked out. And in these spring leagues, I've met a lot of really, really, really good football players that have been kicked out of the NFL. Not like, oh, you're just not really good enough right now. They're like, no, 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 get out. Like, don't come, like, kind of don't come back type vibe. And I feel really bad for them because at the time they were probably going through something and they were less mature than what they are now. A lot of it is just keeping your nose clean to get there, and then once you get there, you gotta work your ass off to stay there. A lot of guys get complacent and just lead and just let it slip through their fingers. The thing you always have to remember is there's always somebody better than you. No matter what you think, no matter how good you think you are, there's always somebody better.
Hey guys, it's Sydney. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk About It. If you did, make sure to leave a review and send it to a friend. Let's keep this conversation going. I'll see you guys next week.